New overnight, police are investigating a deadly shooting in the California neighborhood. Police say around 11:30 they responded to a ShotSpotter call in the 1100 block of Dixie Highway. When officers arrived, they found a man who'd been shot. He was taken to University Hospital where he later died. Right now there are no suspects, so if you know anything, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD.
Thank you, Kentucky! I made a promise that I would help rebuild every home and every life. And thanks to the people of Kentucky, and thanks to this election, we're gonna see that promise through.
It's 4 more years for Governor Andy Beshear, who just secured his second term as Kentucky's governor after beating out Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron.
It is, of course, our big story here this morning. So Jim Stratman is live breaking down all of the results because, Jim, this kind of came by a wider margin than we were thinking it would based on the polls.
Yeah, it turns out that the polls don't really show you the truth behind what the election is going to bring. Obviously, it can be an indicator, but it does not mean that that's how the election will go. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday as a trend in Kentucky, a deeply red state with a blue governor's mansion, is going to continue for another 4 years. Governor Beshear, of course, winning re-election last night by a 5% margin, which blows out his margin of victory from 2019. Where he beat the incumbent at that time, Matt Bevin, by 0.4%. So a huge boost in that margin for Beshear the second time around. He increased support in many counties that he lost last year, flipping them from red to blue. The likes of Clark, Letcher, Perry, Bourbon, and Powell counties all flipping during this gubernatorial election. Beshear's challenger, Daniel Cameron, he did address his voters last night while conceding the election. He said that he had spoken with Governor Beshear, congratulated him, and that despite their differences, they do share one thing in common.
This was about future generations. And as I called the governor to congratulate him, I know from his perspective and from all of our perspectives that we all want the same thing for our future generations. We want a better Commonwealth, one in which it can ultimately be a shining city on a hill, a model and example for the rest of the nation to follow.
And some interesting notes coming out of this gubernatorial election. Only 5 Republicans have actually won a gubernatorial election in the last 100 years here in Kentucky. So that trend of blue governor's mansions very strong. In fact, the last 2 were Ernie Fletcher and Matt Bevin. Both of those were followed up by 2-term Democratic governors, both named Beshear, funny enough. Now, as for Governor Beshear, he thanked all of his voters last night as well, said that he promised to continue the work that he has done creating a base for economic development here in the state and responding to natural disasters. He said that the start for the last 4 years was good, but this next term is going to be about creating generational progress here in Kentucky. Eric, Grace?
Jim, thank you so much. Well, Kentucky did also vote in a new Attorney General in Republican Russell Coleman. Coleman is a former FBI special agent and U.S. Attorney for Kentucky's Western District. He defeated Democratic State Representative retired Air Force Colonel Pamela Stevenson. WHAS11's Travis Breeze and photojournalist Jessica Farley show us how Coleman's win became the biggest of the night for Republicans.
The Attorney General's race ended up being the biggest win of the night for the Republican Party. During his victory speech, Russell Coleman talked about backing the blue and also stopping the flow of drugs over the southern border. Coleman said he wants to beef up training for prosecutors all around the state, how to lock up violent offenders and keep them behind bars. He has previous experience as an FBI agent and a U.S. attorney, and many thought that that experience is what pushed him over the edge on Tuesday. He also spoke directly to the people of West Louisville.
For the neighborhoods in West Louisville struggling to address violence, for rural counties and small towns fearful that Washington's radical agenda is attacking our values and our way of life, I see you, I hear you, and I will represent all of you.
Coleman also thanked Pam Stevenson for a great race and for her military service. In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
In a statement sent to WHAS11, Stevenson said, quote, "This fight doesn't end tonight. We will continue to keep the faith. We will continue to do the work, and we will continue to love our fellow Kentuckians."
Now, Republicans swept the other down ticket races. Secretary of State Michael Adams easily clinched the second term, defeating Democratic challenger Buddy Wheatley with a 61% of the vote.
And in the race for treasurer, Republican Mark Metcalf defeated Democrat Michael Bowman by about 185,000 votes. Metcalf will replace Republican Allison Ball, who will move into a new position as Kentucky auditor. She defeated Democrat Kimberly Reeder.
And Republican Jonathan Schell of Garrett County defeated Democrat Sierra Enlow to become the state's next commissioner of agriculture. He'll replace current Republican AG Commissioner Ryan Quarles.
You can check out these results and see who won some of our other races, our local Metro Council races, and the ones in southern Indiana as well, by heading to our website, WHAS11.com. The results are right on our homepage.